Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is another smoky eye look, but I've added a little spice to it. And as you can see from this, I've added shimmer. This look is very glamorous, it's for a really glam night, but doesn't have to be. You can wear this to anything from garden party to brunch to a night out or a really fancy dinner with your date. I have gone heavier on the eyes because we are doing it extra glam. It's another voiceover for you guys today, so I hope you enjoy it and let me know what you think in the comments down below. Don't forget to hit subscribe if you haven't already and give me a thumbs up, and yes, share it with anyone who you might think would also benefit from this video. So sit back and tight and enjoy the ride. In today's video, I'm actually using these eye guards, which are the white pads that you can see under my eyes. They will help me create a really sharp line for both my eyeshadow and my liquid liner. They are so cheap from Amazon for about $4.99, and I highly recommend getting these if you struggle with creating a sharp line. Starting off, I'm taking a flat brush with a pure white eyeshadow. You guys have not seen me do this before, but I thought it's a good idea as I'm doing a bit of a cut crease like you'll see later on in the video. The reason why I've done this is because I wanted the base to be pure white rather than the colour of my skin, which then enables the eyeshadow to stand out a lot more and be so much more vibrant. Of course, I did put the MAC paint pot in the colour Painterly before I did this, but the reason why I like it white for this look is so that it is standing out and in your face glam. For my transition colour, I've used my bronzer, actually, not even an eyeshadow, because it's a very light brown, and I wanted to put it just above the crease. I didn't want to go too heavy to start because we're just setting out, we're mapping out where the shadow is going to go. Okay, so I don't think you need exactly the same palettes as the ones that I use in any of my videos to create any of my looks. But I do recommend getting the colours as close as possible to the ones I show you so that you get as close of a match as possible. The first colour that I'm using is a strong brick-like colour. With the brush, I apply it to the crease with tapping motions to map out exactly where I want it to go before the blending. Once I'm happy with the position of it, I start the blending process and I keep going until satisfied. Do not be afraid of adding more colour if you want it bolder than what I have done, but do make sure you start small and add it on after, because it's always hard to take off rather than apply to make it bolder. From what you can see now, I have taken a small precision brush with a completely matte black eyeshadow, and again with the same technique, I'm patting it on the area I need it on before the blending. In this instance, I only wanted the black to be right in the crease, flowing it onto the lash line in an arrow-like shape and only on the outer corner. To blend, I take a subtle brown colour and blend with that to soften the harshness of the black shadow. I do this until satisfied, but I also allow myself to keep adding black slowly and softly, and again blending it with the brown until I get the right deepness of the shade that I'm looking for. Once I'm happy with that, here comes the cutting of the crease, guys. And to do that, I'm using the none other P. Louise and Acid Rain Blank Canvas Paint. This product is the dream to create a cut crease, by the way, guys, so I highly recommend. For this process, I'm using it with a flat brush from Doll Beauty. The bigger, the better, but of course, not absolutely massive. Only joking. I start with the inner corner and work my way to the middle of the eyelid slowly, and with extreme patience. Now that is absolute key for this. No patience, no perfect cut crease. To set this, I'm using just a nude eyeshadow and I tap it on the area where I have cut. the crease. The reason for that is we don't want it to get all crusty and we want it to set nicely and beautifully. Now, with a tiny precision brush, even smaller than the one I used before and zero product on it, I blend the harsh line of the blank canvas paint, and the reason for that is that I do not want harsh lines. We're keeping it cool, calm, collected and full glam. I do this around the cut crease, on the top, on the bottom, on the sides, until I'm completely happy that it all comes together and looks blended. And you know what? Sometimes your finger is the best brush, so I use that too. Here comes gold shimmer time. Obviously I want the gold to be really visible and not wishy-washy. We like it to stand out as if it is a clear £3 million diamond. So I'm using the NYX glitter glue and I tap it on where I have cut the crease. Please make sure you tap and do not blend or smear it on, because it will then ruin the work you just did to cut the crease and could potentially make it streaky. I then take a light gold, kind of a champagne colour, loose pigment, and pat it on all over the cut lid, whilst slightly blending to avoid the harsh lines. You know how I feel about harsh lines. I also wanted to make it kind of like a subtle ombre effect. So I took a pure gold loose pigment and I patted it on only on the edge of the cut crease, making sure it flows. Can you see how it goes from like the brown to the dark gold, or pure gold shall we say, to the champagne colour? That's what I like. So here we are, done with the shimmer, done with the shadows, and we're on to the next thing, the gel liner. Now, because we're doing a sharp cat eye like line, I'm so happy we have the eye guards, because they literally guide you onto where the liner should go, in line with how you did the eyeshadows. And as usual, I line the lash line on the lid and work my way out, creating the wing. Now, this is a massive tip and an absolute must when you do liquid liner with eyeshadows. Always, always smudge and blend your liner with a shadow. Ever so slightly pick up some eyeshadow and ensure that there is hardly anything on the brush, and blend, blend, blend the hell out of this eyeliner. This softens the blow and again avoids harsh lines. And of course, this is different if you're only winging your eye, and goodbye with no eyeshadows. And now that I've done that, and I'm extremely happy with the eyes, it's time to get these bad boy guards off my face. And here is a little close-up of how good of a job those guards do and how helpful they actually are to even just creating a wing if you are a beginner. And here I'm just putting on a tiny bit of concealer to clean up any residue. So that's it, guys, that's the eyes. Okay, so this is really weird, isn't it, to see me with my eyes fully done and face not one bit. But I hope you guys enjoyed the first section of this video, which was about the eyes and glam eyes, of course. I hope that you have listened to the tips and tricks that I mentioned, and if you didn't, then rewind and watch it again. As always, I'm going to do my face makeup on camera. I might not speak about my face makeup process, but we'll see. I just want to stop right there and talk about this foundation. I have spoken about this before. This is the Maybelline Superstay 24-hour full coverage foundation. I've got this in the shade Fawn, which is number 40. I'm obsessed with this foundation. It is so like full coverage, but it's not thick at all, and you can apply 2 layers. I've got one on today. If you want to go somewhere but you don't want to use one of your most expensive foundations, this is incredible for something like that, because it does the same job as the most expensive foundations, and it smells nice as well. It smells lovely. And also, if you put it with the correct brush, you'll get the perfect application. So yeah, back to it. This Dull Beauty highlight is life. Please look at that shine. Look at that shine. Look at that shine. You don't have to pick up a lot of product to get the best results ever. #1 highlighter. And we're here at the end of the video. Dun, 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 dun. So this is the final look, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it, and like I said earlier in the video, don't forget to hit subscribe down below, and I'll see you next week.